Hello everyone in Rackland and welcome to the February issue of News After Rack Monthly. Unfortunately, a fat flu prevented me from delivering this video on time at the end of the month. 100% my voice isn't back yet, but that's the way it should be. In the meantime, I finally finished the script for episode 14 of What Does This Knob Do, and now I'm starting with the recordings. If all goes well, this week I will upload the video listing all the envelope generators currently available for VCV Rack. There's a lot to do. Let's go. And now for the news. New modules. Also in February we welcome new developers. Kurt Bark has released an LFO and a logic module in version 0.6.3. The developer Skryla brings out two product lines. With SK Jack and the module Jack Audio, he dedicated himself to the connection of VCV Rack with the Jack Audio Connection Kit, which by the way is not only available for Linux computers. In the series Skylights, we find a CV tuner, node, and 4 components of the Turing machine. Allen is the heart of the random generator. Pulse expander of the gate expander, volts of the volt expander, and Vectrol, a stereo module. The 3 expanders can all be connected to the main module with a XPND interface and used at the same time. Lab 7 orients itself with the oscillator VCO 3340 on the legendary Curtis CEN 3340 chip, which IA was used by Oberheim, Sequential Circuits and Roland. The Roland SH101 is also the model of this oscillator, which is why there is also a grey custom skin. Edge has released version 0.6.3 of the oscillator WTF-DUF VCO and the wavetable distortion K-Rush. MIG Music has released version 0.6.2 of the distortion module Cutter and the utility module 7. Quadraphonics is entering with 5 multi-channel modules in version 0.6.3. The MD1200 is called the mono-track diffuser, the QM1200 quad matrix mixer, the AS1200 custom audio outputs, as well as the utility module VU meters and a 4 HP blank module. Unforgettable Luncheon has already redesigned its recently released sequencer and is now at version 0.6.2. While God Shepherd is not currently in the plugin manager, you can download and compile the source data for the hurdle modules, an uncertainty switch, and the sequencer SEQ3ST on the developer's GitHub page. Schmickler Works is also not yet in the plugin manager, and the module Node Taker is still under development, but can already be downloaded and compiled. ZZC has also been on its GitHub page for some time, the source data for 6 modules to download, although these are still in the development phase according to the developer, they certainly look very functional. These are the soft clipping VCA, the SH8 sample and hold, the clock module, a clock divider, the FM3 function generator, and the SRC voltage source. Geodesics has released 0.6.5 and thus the Thermodynamic Microstate sequencer Entropia. Vult has released version 0.6.22 Leakage, a voltage processor that basically represents a row of the module flux with additions. In version 0.6.24, Vult has added a module to its paid Vult Premium series, namely the Rescom 2 COM filter. This is an improved version of the free module Rescom and includes an LFO. Secretly, Beidou has released version 0.6.25 of its modules. If you do not pay attention when updating, you may miss a new module from Beidou. REI is the name of the newcomer and is a stereo reverb. Valley Audio has made it very exciting with its modules this time. And now version 0.6.10 has actually been released. New modules include the stereo multimode signal processor Amalgam and Interzone, a complete monophonic synthesizer voice. Computer Scare has also released version 0.6.5 of its modules. Thus the modules I Love Cookies, a text-based signal sequencer, and OPs, a text-based 4-channel attenuator offsetter quantizer, are now also officially available. Developer news and other news. Also in February, there were several views on VCV Rack version 1.0. For example, according to Andrew Belt, it supports up to 16 times oversampling. As a result of a survey in the Facebook group and in the forum, VCV Rack version 1.0 will not support AVX, as about 15% of users use processors built before 2011. Andrew Belt has released more details about the polyphony in VCV Rack 1.0. Several modules will sum, split and merge the signals. Also visually, one will be able to distinguish the polyphony cables. VCV Rack 1.0 will also support MPE, MIDI polyphonic expression, and thus a variety of hardware controllers such as Linstrument and Rolly Seaboard. MPE is a method of using MIDI that allows multidimensional controllers to control multiple parameters of each node within an MPE-compliant software. MIDI-CC parameter control of the modules is made easier by the new MIDI map module added in VCV Rack 1.0, because each MIDI-CC parameter can be assigned directly to a parameter of the module. The context menu is extended. It is still called by a right-click on the module, but submenus are now also possible for manuals, links to websites, or factory presets. On the 18th of February, Andrew Belt proudly announced that he is eating ice cream, and the official Facebook group now has 16,000 members. Just released Impromptu Modular version 0.6.13 with a sequencer Foundry already came with a version 0.6.14, a very important update. Among other things, clock does not skip the first step in a sequential switch anymore. In the pre-release version 0.6.15b, clocked and the two write sequencers were reworked. Version 0.6.16 also includes some minor updates. Geodesics has reworked its Brains and Entropia modules and is now at version 0.6.6. Brains got a new graphical interface and Entropia an external audio mode. Omri Cohen has a new website for his music and videos. Also, horror music has some news again. Gecko is still not there, but the previously paid package Mixes is now available for free, and thus the two mixer modules Stereo Mixer +8 and +16. The already announced PCM drum module Lindrum is now available. The other paid PCM drum modules are also now available. In version 0.6.2, the delay module and the pure VCO should be revised and soon available in the plugin manager. Vult has reworked its pure distortion oscillator Noxious, Vult Premium, in version 0.6.24. Instead of a sub-oscillator, he now has a tone control. The envelope generator Slab now has a new mode called Gentle for softer gradients. Vult also has a new website, and the first hardware versions of the modules have been delivered. In addition, version 0.6.25 has been released and a new module design announced. Computer Scare has an error in module OPs removed and is now at version 0.6.6. Friedrichs Audio is currently working on a way for users to completely change the look of their modules by simply editing an SVG file. Stellare Modular is now represented in Plugin Manager with its two modules, Turing Machine and Link. Lab 7 has revised its oscillator VCO 3340 and has now reached version 0.6.2. Bark has reworked its modules and is now at version 0.6.5. RCM is now at version 0.6.12 and has reworked its modules. Sculptor Sound has reworked its vocoder, Vocoder-Matic. Valley has released version 0.6.16 of its modules, eliminating some bugs and making improvements. Challenges. The edition 25 of the Very Cool Patch Challenge is dedicated to the Year of the Pig, which has just begun in China. Post should contain a freely available sample. The contributions are summarized as always in a playlist. In edition 26, the module to use is Grey Code by Swinky Labs. Entries can be submitted until midnight on the 11th of March, and a new challenge will start on the following Tuesday. The contributions are also summarized as always in a playlist. More information under the corresponding link. Videos of the month. Eurikon 3 minutes tutorials, and VCV Rack and Reason walkthrough. jaynothin live streams. The dates are in the forum. Leonardo Laguna Ruiz Vult Leakage overview. Omri Cohen the XOR Klee sequencer VCV Rack tutorial, and Impromptu Foundry VCV Rack tutorial, and all about Impromptu's Foundry livestream, and Geodesics Module Series Part 5 Entropia. Paulo Delgado how to use the VCV Bridge with FL Studio. Pyer Entropia Thermodynamic Microstate sequencer. Uros Stojnic no sequencer drums, Modular Synth. VCV Rack Ideas how to make Berlin School in VCV Rack, Modular ambient tutorial, and VCV Rack 15 short tips in January on Techno patches, and Stable Clock and Easy Setup VCV Rack and Ableton tutorial, and Vult Premium modules, VCV Rack Review, 79 demo patches. And VCV Rack Ambient and Drone Stream patch from scratch. And Mutable Instruments plates in VCV Rack, 15 tips and tricks. And 10 awesome free modules in VCV Rack, review with Techno patches. And 10 free modules in VCV Rack, patch from scratch. Wilma Mu, VCV Rack Ambient Tutorial Jam. And Xavier Belmont, after all, Foundry short test. If I missed someone, I'm sorry. Please give me a hint. Those were the news of the rack for the month of February 2019. And please do not forget the important links below the video. A new newspaper issue will be released every Monday and a new video at the beginning of the next month. And not to forget, many thanks to Andrew Belt and all the module developers without whom all this would not be possible. That's it from me, let it go well, and many creative moments. Servus.